Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahmini. I'm from PBI1 from group 8. Now I'm going to explain about chapter 10, the word and above. For the first material is phonological units above the syllables. So in this material we discuss about orthographic words. So what is orthographic words? Orthographic words is a set of convention for writing language. It includes norms of spelling, hyphenation, capitalization, word breaks, emphasis, and punctuation. So it means that orthographic words show us how to pronounce or read well according to spelling, capitalization, emphasis, and so on with the right stress. So for example, you can see this is a short conversation between A and B. Did you find a babysitter? There is question mark, right? Yes. Who? Dennis. So we can mention it well. We can do the conversation with the spelling, pronunciation, and stress well. So we go to the next slide. Sometimes there are cases where it is difficult to determine how many words we are dealing with. For example, you can see washing strip machine and washing machine without strip. So we can consider that washing strip machine for clothes. It means that for clothes, just like dishwasher for dishes and car wash for car. Next. The next example is it's Saturday. In grammar, it's has consists of it as subject and is as to be. So in grammar, it's there is another word I-T-S. It has two meaning. The first is this is it as subject and as is as to be, and the other meaning it's as possessive pronouns. For example, the cat eats its dinner. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adinda Mutiara. I'm from group 8. Okay, I want to continue to explain the next material. Now we talk about stress. What is stress? Stress is the relative emphasis that may be given to certain syllable in word or to certain word in a phrase or sentence. And then next, the phonetic characteristics of stress. Phonetically, words are composed of syllables, and in English generally, one of these syllables is pronounced more forcefully, that is louder, stronger, and longer than the other syllables. This louder, stronger, and longer pronunciation of a syllable in word is known as phonetic stress. For example, the word above consists of two syllables, a and above. When native English speakers say this word, the first syllable a is pronounced quickly and weakly, and then the second syllable above is pronounced loudly, strongly, and not as quickly as the first syllable. We say that the second syllable is stress, and in other words, the phonetic stress is on the second syllable. We can pronounce the word above like this: above, above. Do you get it? Okay. The next, we talk about three important factors which combine to signal stress. The first is the vowels of stress syllables are produced with higher fundamental frequency. There is the vocal folds vibrate more quickly, and this is heard as higher pitch. And the second, the duration of stress syllables are produced with greater and perceived as longer. And the last, Stressed syllables are produced with greater intensity and thus heard as louder than adjacent unstressed syllables. And next, we talk about English has 3 levels of stress. The first is primary stress, the loudest syllable in the word. In one syllable words, that one syllable has the primary stress, except for a handful of short function words like the, which might not have any stress at all. Primary stress is marked in IPA by putting a raised vertical line. We also call it apostrophe at the beginning of the syllable. And then the second is secondary stress. Syllables which aren't completely unstressed but aren't as loud as the primary stress. Secondary stress is marked with lower vertical line at the beginning of the syllable. And the last is unstressed syllable. Syllables that have no stress at all. For example, the word vocabulary. Vocabulary has 5 syllables: vocabulary. In this case, the primary is on the second syllable in the word cape, and the secondary stress is on the fifth or the last syllable in the word re. Do you get it? Okay. Next, the last material is predicting stress placement. The general rule stress placement to be predicted in many English words. The first is noun rule. Noun rule stress penultimate syllable if heavy. If the penultimate syllable is light, stress the antepenult. For example, the word Roma, agenda, discipline. And then the second is verb rule. Stress the final syllables if heavy. If the final syllable is light, stress the penultimate syllable. For example, the word obey, and the word usurp. And the last, hurry. Okay, I think that's all for my explanation. The next material will be explained by Rahmini.
Now I'm going to show you 3 of illustrative trees or 3 diagrams of metrical phonology. Each syllable is labeled either S or W, but don't mean strong and weak, but stronger than an adjacent W and weaker than an adjacent S. For example, for the first example, father has 2 syllables, so it only has 1 step. And so metrical trees can only branch in a binary way, that is, each higher S or W node can only branch into lower level constituents, nevermore. And for the second example, personal has 3 syllables, so it has 2 steps. The first 2 notes are paired together, S and W per se, and then the higher level S note this form is in turn combined with the left over W syllables to form another binary ways. So and no. Okay. Okay, now we go to the next examples, number 4. So for entertainment and catamaran. Entertainment and catamaran show us the different patterns. In particular, the trees allow us easily to identify the main stress of entertainment and catamaran of each word, which will always be on the syllables, dominated by notes and marked as all the way up the tree. So entertainment and catamaran has 4 syllables, and they have 3 ways to make um, trees illustrative. Now the next example for number 5. For the first parent has the same pattern as in the number 3. It has 2 steps. Metrical tree only branch in a binary way, never more. So it has only 1 step. And for the second parental, it has 3 syllables, so it has 2 ways. Parental has almost the same pattern as the personal example. It has 2 ways, and first SNW. So first 2 notes are put together in 1 step, but the difference is in this example, level W combined with the right over S syllables to form another binary ways. So okay, I think enough for my explanation. The next material will be continued by Salsabila Lambaria.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salsabila Lambaria. I'm from PBI 1, 2018, and I will continue the material about the food. So you can open my slide. Okay, about the food. You can see on my slide, and I will explain to you. Sometimes there will be more than 1 food to the words, and food can also be classified into types, 3 of which are shown in my slide. This is trochy food, and dactylic food, and iambic food. The iambic type structure contradicts the claim above that all food begin with a stressed syllable. But in fact, at the connected speech level, the first unstressed syllable in such case will typically become a relationate attaching to preceding food. And these food types are important in analyzing verse, and the English process of iambic reversal seems designed precisely to avoid stress clauses of this kind, and it affects combination of words which would in isolation have final stress on the first word and the initial stress on the second. And for instance, we can look at my slide. Okay, how many people turn up? 13. And what are you drinking? Champagne. And for this instance shows that the citation forms of 13 and champagne have final stress. And this is clearly related of the preference of English speakers for alternation of stronger and weaker syllables. And for the next slide, okay, in this slide, if these words retain their normal stress, stress pattern 1, embed in the phrase, we will find a clashing sequence of W, S, and W. Okay, so that's all about my presentation. The next presentation will be explained by Heru Siswanto. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Heru Siswanto and I'm going to continue the material. And my material is about segmental phonology of the phrase and word. There are 2 points. The first is phrase level process. The bulk of this segmental phonological process are characteristic of fast and casual speech and are often referred to as connected speech process or CSPS. This generally involve either assimilations, where B2 ejection sounds become more similar in quality, or as the articulation used to them become more similar or reduction. Most CSPS are also optional and will tend to be suspended or at least occur less frequently in more formal situation and in slower speech. For the example is when two adjacent words have final and initial stops. Okay. Speaking quickly and informally will also tend to cut the duration of unstressed vowel. In full lexical words like nouns, verb, and adjective. And the second point is about word internal morphonological process. It means changing a stem to adjust its meaning. In contrast to connective speech process discussed above, this do not apply across word boundaries, but are rather confined within words where they tend to take place in response to the addition of a particular suffix. For the example is electricity, and the suffix is ity. Although the affixes which provoke the segmental changes generally also influence the position of stress. This is not always the case for example, adding the past tense marker t or d to irregular verbs like keep become kept, sleep become slept, and leave become left. Has no effect on stress, but does seem to cause a categorical sorting of the stem vowel. I think that's all of my presentation. The last say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.